Hey everyone, it's Cheryl here from ideasforcardmaking.net, and I'm here today for Couture Creations, and I'm going to make a very quick card for you. I've actually pre-cut a lot of the pieces. I'm going to be using one of the papers out of this 6.5 by 6.5 inch Earthy Delights collection, and this is the actual piece that I'm going to use, this design. Okay, so what I've done, I have already cut the pieces, and I've done them, I think 2 centimeters on, 2 centimeters on each side, and then I think that one was 3, no, 2.5, just a little bit bigger. I've made, this is going to be layered, so that's all going to sit down on that. But what I've done, I'm not sure if you can see this, the design, I've kept the design so that it all matches. You don't have to do that, but that's what I've done. So to start with, I'm going to distress these pieces, and there's actually a couple of ways that you can do it. One of them is you can use one of these Couture Creations distressing tools, and as you can see, mine's been used quite a lot. And basically you just, see if I can get this so you can see it properly. Just run that along. Can you see how it's distressing it? It's not really easy to see on camera, but it's just distressing the edges. You see that? Now, if you haven't got a distressing tool, you can use your scissors, but you've got to be really careful and just run it along like that. Just not sure if you, oh, you can just see that, can't you? And it just kind of teases out the paper and gives it more of a distressed or old look. But if you do use the scissors, just be really careful because you can cut yourself. So I'll just finish that off a bit and make sure I keep the design in the right direction. I'm not going to be too fussy with it. I just want it to distress a little bit. I'm not going to do all of the bits. I'm just doing these ones on the sides. This is a really easy design, and if you use the different papers, it will look quite different. So I'm just pushing that up a bit. Can you see that? I'm just kind of pushing it up with my fingers just to make it stick up a bit more. It doesn't matter if it rips. That's all part of distressing. Just so that when I stick this down, I'm not going to glue it all the way, all over. I'm going to leave the edges so they're a bit more distressed. So just make sure I've got that pattern right. Yep, that's still the same. Okay, so for this particular project, I'm using the quick dry adhesive. So I'm just going to put a bit on here. I don't know if you can see, I'm not putting too much on. And I'm just going to put that, let's move that one out of the way. I'm just going to put that like that. Then I'm going to put the other side one on. You don't need a ton of glue. One thing you don't want is you don't want it to squirt out. Now what I'm doing, I'm just trying to get them fairly even on each side. And I didn't tell you, I'm using, can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. This is pre-embossed. This is new from Couture Creations, and it comes in several different colours. So I'm just using the white today because I'm trying to get everything to match up, which of course when you use the same collection, that's what happens. So now I'll put this one in the middle, and because I've put these two down first, I can centre it a little bit better. All right, next I'm going to glue this onto there because I've decided I wanted this to be a layered card. So I'll glue this down, just open that a bit more. Glue this down. You don't need to put a ton on it, and not too close to the edge or it might squirt out. So I'll put that on there. Just to give it a different look is the reason I've done the layers today. Just rub it all over, make sure it's all there. Now what I decided to do is I've got some ribbon that I've prepared, and I'm going to put that ribbon across here. I'm going to do that before I put it on the top layer. So I'm just going to put a bit of tape there and just put that across. Let's get that a bit more even on each side so I've got plenty of tuck. And I've got this little bow, so I decided to put some of that. That's not straight, is it? No. Let me see if I can straighten it up a little bit. I am notorious for crooked on ribbon. That looks better, I think. Yep. So I'm going to need a little bit more of this tape from the tape runner, because I'm now going to put the green on there just so that the bow matches as well. I didn't want to put too big a bow for this, so I just wanted it to be quite delicate. Now I've done that one a little bit crooked as well. And I'm now going to put, I'll put this on here first. I'll just glue that down to there first. And I might just chop off those extra bits of ribbon that I don't need. Just squeeze that down because I've had it laying down, so it's not going to be down the bottom. So just get all that on there. And you do get some wiggle room with this, even though it's called quick dry adhesive, you do get some wiggle room. So if you haven't got it in, see that? It wasn't quite even, so I've moved that across. But you don't get a lot. So don't think you're going to get a lot of wiggle room, because you're not. So now I'm going to use this to do ribbon. Now, to put down my bow. I used to use the hot glue gun all the time and forever burning myself, and since I've had this glue I have not used my hot glue gun, and that's I think well over a year now, because this stuff sticks really well. I'll just push a bit more of that up there and just put that where I want it there, and just hold that down for a bit of a minute. Doesn't need too much. Now I've got a greeting that I found in my tin. I've already got some glue on the back, so I'm thinking I don't really want to put it straight under there because of that. I can either put it there or maybe there. Yeah, I think I'll put it up the top there. Now I sell my cards to card shops, to florists, so I always put a bit of glue, because sometimes they sit there for a long time because they rotate them out all the time. So unless it's Mother's Day or Valentine's or something like that, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on. It just, you don't normally need it, but it just ensures that it will stay because sometimes I hang on to them for years. Alright, and that's it. The card is done. Okay, that's it. Okay. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.